Alright, so it's super early in the morning for me right now because this news was dropped after I went to sleep last night. UK time sucks, so sorry if I sound a little bit sleepy. So even though I'm probably a little later than most channels on covering this, I wanted to give my thoughts for those who want like multiple perspectives on this or just prefer my take to others. I'll be covering all the major Season 6 news in videos as soon as I can on the channel, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss the news. So this news comes in the form of a Reddit post on r/Smite by Ajax, outlining Season 6 overall. This is just an outline though, there's no real specific information that's been revealed yet. This is more like general overviews of Titan strategies for Smite for the coming year, but let's get into it. So everything here is subject to change, yada yada. So firstly, they discuss new gods going into Season 6. Most notably gods 99 and 100, which have been kept under wraps even from the data miners for the most part and are set to be revealed at HRX this year, so that's definitely exciting. Based on the timing, it's definitely possible that god 100 also coincides with the start of Season 6, so if that's the case, it's going to be a huge god release. They've also briefly mentioned that it will be teasing and potentially even naming every god they have planned for Season 6 early on in the season. So they've definitely been planning in advance for this, which is really great. Supposedly, the new gods after 99 and 100 will be long requested community gods, so hopefully we can finally get set into the game. They're also said to be returning to the original pantheons, which should be a nice way to get people back into the game, since Norse and Greek are more known mythologies than Polynesian, for example. It also seems like they're doing like an evolving lore story over the course of the season with each new god, like impacting the story arc kind of thing, like kind of similar to what they've done with the Odyssey for the last couple of years. So that's new content and stuff, but there's also some info on balance changes, conquest map changes, and some info on ranked. So Ajax basically goes on to say that Season 5 has been extremely successful, which I do agree with, and they don't want to ruin that by making huge balance changes in Season 6. So likely a smaller balance patch at the start, but still a lot of impactful changes, and less overall changes throughout the season. I'm okay with this as long as like the few changes they do make are meaningful and not just let's take 10 base damage off of Ula's 1 type changes, so if they are all like meaningful balance changes that actually impact the meta, then I'm fine with a few less of them. This decision is mostly to attract returning players apparently back to the game and still allow them to have some sense of a meta. I'm not sure how effective that's actually going to be, but that's the thought process behind it. So Season 5 Conquest was great for managing snowball and fostering god diversity. Yeah, I can see that. In some ways it went a little too far, like recently solo lane has become all guardians and mages and warriors have no home, but for the most part the roles are reasonably diverse. They identified some weak areas of the current map being late game objectives, which I don't really see as too much of a problem honestly, but then sieging, yes, sieging at a high level is absolutely painful to do, so good they recognise that. And also solo lane good as well. Solo has basically become a staring contest of guardians and tanky mages sitting in lane with guardians blessing watching the wave die, so hopefully that's addressed in Season 6. So Gold Fury is set to become more than just a way to farm gold. They don't specify what exactly it will give, but maybe some bonus effects similar to how Pyromancer gives gold and the speed effect. They're looking specifically at mid to late game Gold Furies, which is definitely what matters. It's very powerful early on, but after like 25 to 30 minutes, it's usually not even worth taking over simply getting Fire Giant or Towers and Phoenixes. Maybe they'll try something similar to how League does it and add like stacking bonuses for killing multiple Gold Furies across the match. I don't know, it's just speculation though, don't quote me on that. FG will provide a buff to make sieging easier. Maybe similar to like an Emperor's Armor effect, but instead of reducing the attack speed of the Phoenixes, it reduces the protections. Or maybe like stops them from regenning for a while after being hit or after you take fire. I don't know, but something to help with Phoenix sieging will stop those 45-minute games where neither side can end, so that should hopefully be good. This is what I care about the most though. Being a solo main, I've been asking for ages to have some sort of small objective either on the side of the lane or close by in the jungle to fight over for solo laners. Since they removed the fire imps a while ago, it feels kind of empty in solo, and apparently they're also looking to make sure it doesn't snowball solo laners too much, so it's unlikely to be a simple XP and gold camp like those fire imps were. It's probably going to be something more meaningful to the laning phase, like a regen buff or something, I don't know. The rest of the info on this post is mostly rank changes, so if you're not interested in ranked, you can click off now if you want. So ranked splits are going to be even faster, resetting every 2 months for a total of 6 splits a year, with a soft reset between each one. Everyone must start in bronze and work their way up, but if your MMR is very high compared to your division, then you'll gain massive amounts of TP. Probably like 40 or 50 I'd imagine if they expect you to climb from bronze to diamond or masters every split. And finally we can view our MMR. It took them long enough, but yeah, we can now view our own individual MMR and it will be available in the API to the external sites like Smite Guru. So no more Smite Guru score I guess, thank God. You can view your MMR in game, but you can't view others' MMR, presumably to prevent like BM based on having 5 more MMR than someone. And for any of you who regularly push Masters, leaderboards there will now be ordered based solely on MMR and not TP to push good players to the top instead of simply pushing people with the time to grind 1,000 ranked games every split way up to the top. But Diamond and below still use the TP system. And finally, they revealed the concept for the 75 ranked win skin, Gladiator Guan Yu, and also the 150 wins loading frame will be a similar theme to this. God, I hope they bring down the wins to in that frame or something like to 100, I don't know, like every time having to grant 300 ranked games in a year is just gets a bit ridiculous to get the frame, but that's just my thoughts. But anyway, the rest is just notifying us that more information is coming at HRX and all that stuff. Pretty exciting news, and hopefully we get to see some more specifics actually at HRX and as we approach Season 6 as a whole. But yeah, be sure to subscribe as I'll be covering all kinds of Season 6 news all the way up to the launch, so you don't want to miss it. Let me know what you're most excited for about these changes too. For me, it's honestly probably what they have planned for Solo Lane since it's my main role, but yeah, catch you guys later. Peace out, nerds.